Oh, man.
We got the cheesy canned music.
Oh, yeah.
You know what it's time for. Yeah. Fishing. Not catching.
Yeah.
Podcast.
That's right. Feels good to be back, baby. I feel like it's been a minute.
I know.
Even though it hasn't really been like that long.
No.
We were filming a lot, like bam, 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 and then we kind of
You got a little busy.
busy.
I mean, I think it's clear now as to why.
Yep.
We have come out to the world.
Come out the closet.
Yep. We have shown the world what is going on with us.
And it's official.
We got a tackle store. Like the last podcast we posted about buying the tackle store, we filmed it before we could actually release the news. We were trying to like be ready to go and like launch all this content out.
Yeah.
So we were filming stuff even before it was officially official.
Right.
So, but now
It's official.
it's a done deal. So we can talk freely.
Feels good. Feels good.
It does feel good. It's
Excited.
exciting. Yeah. You know, though, it's funny, all these videos that we've been posting on your channel, my channel, and like our podcast channels and the clickbaiters, like all the stuff that we've been putting out so far, the common concern is that we will not have time to fish.
I know.
So I think we need to address that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I will say in the immediate, as of right now, they are correct.
Yeah.
It is hindering, at least mine for sure right now.
Yeah, same.
Because we're trying to wear a lot of hats and do a lot of things that we have no clue what we're doing. But the way that we have structured this is that we have teams in place to do things. We just need to be clear. We're not going to be running a tackle store.
No.
I think people think that we're going to be like
In there.
like selling tackle.
I know somebody sent me a message and was like, he was like, just picture it now. Bearded Brad's walking down the J's to go fishing, and he gets a phone call. It's like, Mr. Brad, can you come fix the unclogged toilet? Mr. Isbell said to call Brant, but Brant's offshore fishing.
Right.
And then he was like, now Brad's got to run off the jetties. Like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, not the plan. We're not going to be store managers, GMs, tackle salespeople, nothing. Like our role in this is to promote this tackle store.
Yep.
That is how we have structured this. So what does that mean, Brad? What does it mean to promote this tackle store?
Means we're staying in our lane.
It means we're going to still fish.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool video ideas and a lot of cool things we want to do around the tackle store. Want to involve a bunch of y'all in these videos, and I'm super excited. Like the 2 videos that we've posted thus
far.
I was gonna say thus and then so when it came out. It was that.
Thus far.
The ones so far, the videos we've posted have been like a little bit different, and that's what I'm excited about. We are definitely still gonna fish. Like I can't foresee us ever being in a position where we're just not going to be fishing
straight up
anymore.
not fishing.
I mean, fishing pays our bills.
Yeah, we're in the fishing business, and I feel like that's the best way to do what we're doing is to keep fishing.
But having this store and all the things we can do around it and the video ideas, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be different. Going to help break up the monotony.
Monotony. Yeah, it's just. I think it's going to be just better.
Yeah.
And a different vibe and grow everything, because if we're being honest, there's what we've been doing for years. There's a lot of people doing it, which is cool. It's a good thing. But if in this business, in this industry, you got to have some separation and something that kind of makes you stand out. And I wouldn't say that we really have a whole lot of that at this point, until now. And we've been working on this for a long time. This is a big project. This is something, people could replicate if they wanted to, but it's very hard.
Yeah. Takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy.
A lot of right people, and to put all that together, it's pretty dang tough. But like right now, I will say we're doing a lot because we're still very early. We don't have all the people in place that we need. Yeah. And so we are doing things that in the long term we won't be doing, but we're just filling that gap. It's kind of all hands on deck. And it may be like that for a little bit. But we're still fishing, even still. I mean, I went one day this week. It wasn't any good.
I went for like an hour. And it was miserable, and I just left.
Yeah. And fishing, the good thing is if we're not going to be fishing, this is the time of year to not be fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like we're missing a whole lot.
Yeah.
Even the days that I can go fishing right now, it's like, what am I going to go do?
Right.
I mean, nothing really gets me that excited right now.
Sheep's Head, baby.
Oh, gosh.
It's your favorite.
Brad.
I'm going to take you, when I get my boat back, we're going Sheep's Head fishing.
Where's your boat?
It's in the shop.
Yeah, what you getting done?
Getting some work done.
Yeah.
I know I was. We can address another thing real quick about some comments. Like, everybody's like, oh, all that money, can't hide that money, buying a tackle store, getting the boat done, blah, blah, blah.
I know.
Like,
I think, we can speak. We're, okay, there's reasons we do things, okay? And that's what this podcast, I feel like, can be for. We can be upfront and, like, kind of explain some of the back end here. Yeah. So, yeah, keep going, Brad.
So, the tackle store was over $1 million.
Correct. Yeah, well over. Like, so I titled mine $1 million. Brad titled he threw in the $2 million number. The all-in investment on what we're doing is very. I mean, it's not quite, but it's like almost $2 million. Yeah. It's basically $2 million.
Yeah,
and it will be $2 million.
I mean, the million, which is what your title was basically just the inventory.
Correct. Yeah,
there's a lot more involved than just the physical inventory. We have 2 locations, and we got all the what do you call it? Structure, all the all other crap. We bought website, and a whole bunch of stuff. So, but me, you, and Brant did not use our own money.
Correct. We have investors.
I don't have $1 million just
to buy drop on a tackle store.
There's a lot of people involved in this process. So, no, we didn't win the lottery or hit it rich on YouTube Gold. I'm not a millionaire right now, so don't worry about that.
And we can talk about structure. I mean, there's no reason to hide this stuff. Like, the way that we are, and this is not a new thing, okay? Like, people do this all the time. The way that this business is structured, we are the brand, and we are the face and the names, and this is thus a licensing deal, which is very common. What you see anytime you go to, like, a restaurant, like, for example, here at the Wharf where we're filming this podcast, they used to have a restaurant here called Toby Keith's. Toby Keith was not in there slinging burgers,
no,
or managing or any of that stuff. He had absolutely. Now, we're way more involved because of the way that this is,
right?
But he had literally nothing to do with it other than they just paid him a license to use his name. And that's basically what we're doing here. Now, we have a structure in place to where we are going to actively be promoting the tackle store with our brands that we have already built. And we are actively involved in this process. And a lot of what we will be doing is from our vision and goals, and we are it's not like Toby Keith's in the sense, like, he probably had absolutely nothing to do with that. Like, we have a lot to do with this. Like, and we our thumbprint is heavily involved, but this is basically just using our brand and our influence to grow a business.
For sure.
So, I mean, that's the structure. So, and I say all that to just to respond, I guess, to all the comments about, like, you're not gonna have time to fish, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's how we're structured, so that we can continue doing what we're doing. Because if we were to do anything to take away from our ability to create content, then we're losing.
I mean, this business is built around content, and if we quit making it, like, then, sure, we could still do decent in retail, but, like,
that's not what we're trying to do.
No. So
trust us. We I'm not going to say we know what we're doing. I'm not going to use those words because we clearly don't. We definitely don't. But we are structuring this, hopefully, in a way that makes sense, and everybody is utilizing their strengths, and we are going to be as successful as possible moving forward, because none of us have ever run a tackle store.
No.
We don't know crap about a tackle store.
Nope.
And you know what? I'm not trying to learn how to run a tackle store.
No, I have no desire to go work retail.
That is not in the cards.
There will be some days that we're in there running a cash register. And if you see us running a cash register, you better get in line, because you're probably getting something free.
We might pay you to buy our stuff.
There's no telling what's going to happen if one of us is working there.
That's right, yeah.
So y'all stay tuned for all that stuff.
But yeah, we will have a lot of fun, and we're going to be there a lot. Like, I mean, you may come down and visit and want to possibly see us or whatever.
Yeah.
And we may be there. Like, we may be doing a podcast. We may be filming something, because we're going to be doing a lot of filming there. Or we may just be popping in.
We're going to be in there at least once a week, at bare minimum.
At a minimum.
I mean, we still got to buy tackle stuff for us to fish. Of course, we're going to buy it for ourselves. So
that's right. Yeah.
We'll be in there. I mean, honestly, if not like daily.
We'll probably be in there a lot, because I mean, even the videos that we're filming that aren't necessarily like tackle store videos, for that, I'll probably start my day there and whatnot. So
yeah, if you're in town, come check it out.
Yeah.
And
in March,
sign up for the
hopefully.
email list, which is linked down below, because we're going to be announcing a whole lot of stuff like the grand opening,
promotions,
different promotions, probably
free stuff,
days that we're going to be filming our podcast at the store, like everything that's going to be going on, which is going to be a lot. We're going to blast all that out through emails. So make sure you hit down the link below if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're listening, go to the show notes, and we'll have the.
I don't know if you noticed the last video. There's evidently a glitch on Buzzsprout. I could not put the show notes. So if you listen to the last podcast, it wouldn't let me put the show notes in there for the.
If you're listening and for some reason we can't put a link, hop on over to YouTube, find this video on Fishing Not Catching's podcast channel.
Or you can
click the link.
You can go to one of the other ones. Like if you scroll down,
it was just the one.
Just that one.
Okay.
All the other ones already have it on there. It just wouldn't let
with
me
your
put
email list.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
So it's going to be somewhere
Scroll down.
there. Yeah.
Just scroll down.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, give us a 5-star review.
Absolutely.
While you're at it.
I haven't even checked. We might have some new ones we got to read
I
today.
think I did look today. We had a couple new comments.
We should have one because somebody did send me a message and said, I hope the 5-star review something or another. I didn't read the whole message or respond. I haven't checked. But
keep giving us
we're going to read
stars.
some of those today.
Yeah,
but
we want to grow the podcast.
All that little tangent there.
Yeah, we were talking
about the boat.
Yeah, how the heck did we get back to it?
So I was just trying to say, like, I'm not stupid rich, and I'm like buying a store and upgrading the boat, and spending a ton of money.
Right.
It just so happened that as the store's unfolding, there was also a local marine dealer, I guess you call them, service department. That reached out. They watched the videos. They've heard me complain enough about not having a trolling motor, and he was like, "Dude, we want to hook you up." I was like,
it's pretty awesome.
Yes,
it's pretty amazing.
Countryman's Marine and RV in Foley,
Go
Alabama.
Hit those guys up.
They're
cool.
And
dudes.
so like he sent me a message and was just like, obviously the trolling motor was the main thing, and he was like, "But what do you want?" And I was like, "Well, I'll just list off like all the things I want," and then not necessarily expecting him to do everything, but I just wanted to tell him the things that I wanted. So I told him I wanted a trolling motor. When I bought the boat, the nav lights did not work. I don't know if it was like it's the ones that you plug in. I don't know if it was the plug-in part, or if they're just not getting power to it. I don't know why they weren't.
Margarita's coming up. Sorry, I'm getting some text messages here about the day tomorrow that I got to make sure I respond to.
10-4.
You know what's going on here.
And so I hadn't done anything to figure out why they weren't working. So I told them the nav lights didn't work. I wanted to put in a radio. There's no radio. So I wanted to put in a radio.
I can't even think. I'm sorry, Brad. I can't even think
through
through
it. Take your headphones off and I'll keep talking.
Okay, all right. It's not your fault.
I told him I wanted to put in a radio and some speakers so we could have some music on the boat. And what else? So one of the bunks on the trailer was split, which I already knew when I bought the boat.
What kind of boat did you buy?
Basically a piece of junk. Way overpaid. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good boat. And so I took it. So I dropped it off. And he was like, "You ever seen Pimp My Ride?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, we're about to pimp your boat." And I was like, "Let's do it." So they started working on it. The first thing they did was take the boat off the trailer, and they were working on the bunk. And they got that fixed. And then I told them I just changed the bearings. I changed bearings on one side because if y'all have seen that video, the freaking bearing went out the first day trying to take the boat to the water. So I told him I changed one side, but I hadn't done the other. So he was just checking on them. And he was like, "Dude, this trailer is a rust bucket. The springs were all rusted out. Some other parts that I don't really know what they're called were all rusted out." So they started working on that. And then I think maybe they took the bearings off the trailer, and he ended up saying the axle was rusted, so they had to put a whole new axle. So I'm basically getting a brand new trailer at this point, which is kind of crazy.
Sorry, I'm leaving you here hanging.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to ramble.
It's all right. Yeah, I know. I've got a complicated day tomorrow. I explained, and just
that's a busy man.
Just now, well, it's not just that, but it's Christmas time too, and then we've had some medical complications in the family that I'm having to deal with. Like, there's just tomorrow. Everybody's trying to do everything at the same time tomorrow, and I'm having to resituate everything. So I'm sorry. And everybody's texting me right now. Brant just texted because we got something going on with Brant tomorrow. Anyway, so I'm trying to work all this out.
Man.
Sorry.
But
I'm sorry, podcast people.
yeah. So what I thought was gonna just be like getting a trolling motor turns out to like redoing the whole boat, which is good though, because like I knew that it was a little rusty, but I don't know a whole lot about trailers, so I didn't know how serious it was. But he basically made it sound like any day I could have been driving down the road and the trailer just like falls apart. So huge shout out to Countryman's Marine and RV in Foley. Nick is hooking it up. So if y'all need anything, make sure you go check them out. Again, they do RV stuff as well. So if you got a boat, got an RV, check out Countryman's Marine. This wasn't really supposed to be a sponsored spot, but it's kind of turning into that. But yeah, I'm really excited. He's supposed to be working on the trolling motor today. I'm going to try to get over there either today or tomorrow and film some of the process of them installing that stuff, kind of see what else they got going on. See if he's got any like tricks up his sleeves. Who knows? Maybe I'll get surprised with something. But
who's got tricks up their sleeve?
The Countryman's Marine. See if maybe I get surprised with anything else.
See, I'm having to tell Brant that I can't do this time either because I got that thing in Pensacola. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to handle all that. Like it happened right here in the middle of the podcast. I got texts from both people that I'm trying to work
now you
out
see what all we're dealing with and how much we got going on.
Yeah, it's a lot right now, which is why we're not fishing a whole lot. But again, we will be fishing. I'll be posting a fishing video hopefully tomorrow if I get time to edit it tonight.
Yeah,
I've got a fishing video. Yay!
That's good.
We can take a break if we need to. You need to take a break?
Sure. Let's just pause.
We're going to take a pause here. We'll be right back. We're back.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, working on it. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 things that I'm trying to do tomorrow. Not like little things, but like,
yeah.
in 4 different places that I needed to be, but it's just not going to work out. But I was trying to work it all out.
Putting his dang family first.
The family is trumped.
What's wrong with that?
They have trumped one of the things.
Yeah.
So,
well, part of it.
Yeah, it's a bad time.
Can't always do everything.
It can't be in 4 places at one time, Brad.
No, you cannot.
Not humanly possible.
No. Maybe we can clone you.
Yeah. If you have any information on cloning,
somebody does.
Drop it in the comment section below.
Oh man!
So what'd you ramble about? I wasn't even paying attention. Your boat and all that stuff. Okay,
yeah.
all right, that's cool.
The rust bucket.
Yeah, you got a lot happening there. Me. That's pretty cool.
I sent him a text.
Who?
The guy I bought the boat from.
Oh yeah, what'd you say?
I sent him the pictures of it like all rusted.
Yeah, what'd he say? He was already scared. He was already nervous. We're not gonna say his name.
I said, I sent the pictures and I said rust bucket.
Oh man, did he come back with anything?
No, he was just like, dang, that's not good.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not blaming him on it.
Sure.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely lucked out that this is all falling under a sponsorship because that would have sucked. But
yeah,
it's all good. I told the guy that's working on the boat. He kept sending me stuff. He was like, bad news. And I was like, I'm gonna have to come work for y'all.
I know.
If you keep doing stuff, I'm gonna end up having a job at your place.
You're definitely working yourself into a corner there. You're gonna have to promote him a lot.
Like we haven't even like talked specifics. Like there's no contract. Like obviously I'm gonna do whatever at this point.
You just plugged him on the podcast.
Yeah, but like I don't even know. Like I don't know. We'll just see. I mean, I'm open for whatever. I don't care. So.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna need that boat.
I would have done anything for a trolling motor. So
anything.
Really? Yeah.
Worth $7 to you?
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, it's hopefully I don't know. I didn't even ask him how long it was going to take, but hopefully I'll get it back this week or so.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to the Keys after Christmas. Which would only be, there's only like one more week after this week between.
What are you doing down
Christmas.
there? I know you're going with your family, but
vacation.
You can fish?
Oh, yeah. Got to write that thing off on taxes.
Exactly. Have you, I know you reached out to some people. Do you already have some plans to actually meet up with anybody?
Nothing set in stone, but I reached out to another one of them yesterday again, just trying to see if they were going to be in town. Because that's basically what everybody said was, well, if we're in town, we'll try to link up. But
yeah, I guess a lot of people that live in that area, probably most of their families are from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Like I think, because I talked to Victor and Ryan about trying to meet me down there. They're not like super close, but way closer than we are.
That's,
I think they're going.
Land Shark Outdoors and Ryan Morey.
I think they're talking about possibly going to Colorado that week, and
I remember them talking about that because they're big like snowboarders, which is weird. Like South Florida boys,
snowboarding.
Snowboard.
I think there'd be some surfer dudes.
They're like, maybe they surf. I don't know. I've never asked.
I'm sure they know how. Yeah. They look like it.
They look like surfers.
Yeah. Have you ever been snowboarding or skiing?
No,
me either.
Not on snow. I mean, I've water skied.
Yeah,
a bunch, but never.
Have you ever like been up north?
What do you mean?
Like, have you ever been up where it's cold, where you could even do that?
Yeah, I've been to Colorado.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Okay,
I've never been there.
I've been to most of.
I've never been anywhere where you could have snowed.
Yeah.
Where you could have.
That's a confusing sentence.
Where you could have skied.
Okay.
Or snowboarded.
Well, you lived in Tennessee. I mean, there's probably some mountains that it's not. I mean, Gatlinburg.
Yeah,
shoot. I mean, you could snowboard in Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
And I know they have fake snow sometimes.
Yeah, it would be fake snow, but
I think I've been. I'm trying to think of the only area of the country now that I've not been is like the far north central, like Michigan area. Like I've driven through because I've driven across country twice, like all the way from here to California and all the way from here to Washington State.
Jeez.
And
it's
so
a hike.
Yeah, it's a long drive. And so I've driven through most of it. I've visited, like I've spent time in Colorado, like I've stayed there, Vegas, California, Washington State, been up to the Northeast, which we drove up there too when we fished Cape Cod. That was the first time I've been in the Northeast. And of course, South Florida and all that. Been in Texas, all over the South. Just haven't been to that like.
Yeah. I need to do some more traveling. I've never been to like half the things you just said.
Yeah.
I've been to Michigan a couple times, but.
Yeah, never made it up that way. Too cold.
It is cold. We were up there, and we went up there for Thanksgiving. My sister-in-law lives there, and we went to a Michigan game at the Big House, which was really cool, and it like snowed like crazy. Yeah. Pretty cool. I couldn't live there. No way, but it was cool. Like
me neither. I get people all the time talking about ice fishing up there, which I'm sure like that season's coming around right now, I would imagine. And it seems pretty cool because most of the people that do it, I think, do it in those shacks where it's like heated. Yeah. And they've got like a TV. And
they're drinking.
Snacks, drinks, and they're just chilling, hanging out.
Which we need to go do it.
Kind of cool. But I just hate cold weather,
Me too. And we got to do it once.
And even going up there and being somewhere where there's snow everywhere on the roads and stuff and having to drive around, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I
don't know. They always like, because my sister-in-law, she's originally from Michigan and then lived in Nashville, close to where we lived. And like we would get snow in Nashville, but like not a lot, like 2 inches every now and then, like 2 or 3 times a year. But they would always make fun of like the way people in Tennessee drove. But Tennessee has hills and curves and all kinds of stuff. So when it gets icy, it's like it's real easy to run off the road. Yeah. You go to Michigan and it's just flat. Yeah. You just drive straight and you hit a stop sign and you turn right.
No big deal.
Which is very similar to here. There's not a whole lot of hills and curves, and that's why they drive better in Michigan than they do in Tennessee.
And they're prepared for it. They salt the roads. They have the machines to clear it off.
Plows
we don't have all that.
Yeah. No.
I mean, when it ices over or snows on like, and you try to drive it, it's just bad. I mean, like this, we're not prepared for it.
Got to stay home for 2 days.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
But.
People, that just goes back. We've talked about that a lot on the podcast, where it goes back to people just have to be competitive about everything. Mm-hmm. I'm a better driver than, but like they don't even, you're not even disclosing all the information. You're just making claims that aren't even congruent with each other.
Yeah, well.
But we see a lot of that on the internet.
Oh yeah.
And something that we haven't really talked a whole lot about. I don't know. We kind of prefaced it, and maybe we talked about it in the release video. I can't remember. It's been so long, and so much has happened. But the podcast booth, the fact that like we're going to be moving this thing to where we're doing it at the store.
Yeah, I think we talked about it.
We did.
I don't know how much in depth we went, but I'm pretty sure we mentioned it.
I mean,
I think
like how cool is that? Like that's so cool that you guys.
I'm excited
that follow our stuff or whatever. Whether you even care anything about this podcast or not, which the only reason you know about me saying this is if you watch it. But if there's somebody that doesn't care about the podcast but wants to just come hang out, and they can come and see us doing a podcast. And
yeah, we were actually there today looking at like trying to figure out exactly where we're gonna put it, and I think where we're gonna put it's gonna have 2 windows. I mean, kind of similar to this.
Like this.
I mean,
yeah, people could
technically this is open to the public right here. Right?
Yeah. If we let people know, hey, we're gonna be here, we probably have some people here.
But where we're gonna have it at the store is gonna have windows kind of like this behind us, and so you could literally be behind us and make weird faces or put
we'll have a little
rabbit ears.
We're gonna have a curtain though that like.
Yeah, if you get inappropriate, we're gonna shut you out.
Drops you down because we can see you. We've got the camera right here. So if you're doing something too stupid,
because I think the plan is to have like a TV, out in the store as well, so you're gonna be able to hear and see it, and listen, whatever.
We got to figure that out
around the store,
though, Brad.
Yeah, that's not for me. That's for somebody else to figure out.
Yeah,
I don't know how to run all that.
Yeah, that sounds like some complicated electrical stuff.
Yeah, I think Emily said she knows the guy that does it over there that could help us set it up at our place. So we'll see.
There's got to be a way.
Probably going to be like $25,000.
Well, I hope not. I mean, we've got this. I would think that there's got to be like an out here where you can patch this out into a speaker.
I'm sure.
And so that can't be that complicated.
Yeah.
We just need the speakers and we need a way to plug this in.
And a long cable.
And then if we wanted, it might be a little more complicated to have us on a TV. I don't know how that would work. I mean, I'm sure there's probably an out there from your camera, maybe. But if we can't do that, that's fine. I mean, if they want to listen, they can listen, or if they want to watch, they can look at our real life, beautiful faces.
Yeah, I say. I mean, I don't know. We can figure this out. But if we're already doing it live, if we can figure out how to live stream and just plug that camera into our computer to YouTube, we ought to just live stream it on YouTube, and then we can play YouTube from the TV, which would have our live stream. Which may not be like perfect. That'd be kind of like cool. There might be a delay.
Yeah,
on the TV in the store.
That might be the only issue.
I mean, if we don't have to have it on TV.
Yeah, I think
if we got a big screen or window right in front of us, if they want to watch, just walk over here.
Yeah,
quit being lazy and walk over.
And we can wave at you and say, "Hey, how's it going there?" You know, I hope you bought a lot of stuff. You know,
because the audio is probably way easier.
Yeah, it seems if we looked at this board, we could probably figure it out.
Yeah,
pretty quick. Like, oh yeah, we just need to use cable going here to the speaker, and boom.
Yeah,
ready to roll. I think.
Yeah,
but we're excited about that. Like that'll be fun, and we're gonna do so much fun stuff at the store. Just different events and different things.
I am pumped for that.
Just have our.
I've been looking at like big smokers.
Yeah, that would be so cool to have Brad out there, grilling and smoking stuff.
Yeah, and I've talked to Brian from Deerfield. He's making one right now for himself, but I've been talking to him about maybe making one for me because as much as we're gonna do at the store, it would if we just bought one smoker. And then when we had events, we just bought meat and I cooked it. Or anybody. It doesn't even have to be me. I mean, we can get anybody to cook on a smoker. Versus having to hire or do whatever to have food. Like you can get a pretty big smoker for $2,000. And you can cook a ton of food on that. So I'm thinking about it.
So are they talking about hooking you up or just giving you a deal?
I don't know.
No, not sure.
I mean, I think there'll definitely be a hookup, whether or not it's free.
What are you going to cook on there? Wieners and stuff?
Yeah, definitely wieners.
Throw a bunch of wieners on there?
Uh-huh. Some corn.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think if we do, for the grand opening, if I can have this by the grand opening, or if, I don't know, but if I can have it, my, brain starts running through other things that I'm, thinking about saying, and then I, change my mind. Sorry.
Better not say that.
But if we... if I had this by the grand opening, the easiest thing to do would be a bunch of pulled pork. Just get a bunch of whole shoulders, pork shoulders, and the size,
big butt,
the big butt,
put that big booty on there,
smack it. The size smoker that I'm wanting. I mean, you could probably cook, 10 of them,
10
at one
booties?
time. You ever done that before?
Oh my goodness! Nope, Brad, I sure haven't.
Need some of that in your tough time life.
Need a bigger smoker,
bigger bathtub. Oh man,
We should have a hot tub at the tackle store.
maybe instead of a desk, we'll have a tub
Yes!
in our podcast booth. We'll just sit in the tub.
Okay, we're definitely making that suggestion in our next meeting. That
It's literally just me and Matt sitting in a tub, and we'll have this stuff somewhere else, and we'll
Yeah.
just have the things come down,
coming down.
so our speakers
Yes.
or mics will be hanging here.
tub time. And we'd have to rename our podcast though. Something around tub time.
Oh,
that
man.
would be.
We could start a whole other podcast.
We could, yeah. Just
We're just like, so we can have a desk. We'll have a tub here, but we kind of have a desk to hide it. And
Who
then
wouldn't wanna see
we'll
that?
do like our fishing not catching after dark, and we'll pull the curtain back, and we'll be in a tub.
yeah, maybe with some lava lamps and stuff around.
You and Courtney ought to start a Tub Town podcast. You could do it from your house in your
yeah,
tub.
yeah.
And because like you wouldn't even have to film it, like if you don't want to be weird, like you could like legit be doing tub time, but just have the mics and talking and do a podcast.
But people wouldn't really know or believe us if we don't film it.
It's true.
I mean,
you have to put that one on
'cause
OnlyFans.
If we weren't filming this, we could say we were in a
I
tub
bet
right
y'all
now.
would be the first OnlyFans podcast.
I have no clue. That would be fun though. It would probably work. You know, so I watched the thing from because I didn't really know this. Graham Stephan, he was talking about OnlyFans, and he talked about he had considered starting an OnlyFans, but
Really?
this is what I didn't understand. I didn't know OnlyFans. It's a social media platform just like anything else, but obviously there's a lot of really, really, basic porn on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that, but
Yeah, you can say that.
but there's a lot of that on there. And he was just talking about you could have an OnlyFans and just post pictures that aren't, that, but still make money on OnlyFans. And he was talking
Who's
about
gonna pay for that?
he considered it. It's just like exclusive content.
Yeah.
Like if you already
It's like Patreon.
yeah, because I think there's ways on there because there was this girl that he did a case study on, or she was filming her experience with OnlyFans, and she wasn't posting that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She was just like she's already.
But a little more risque stuff?
He didn't show it. I don't know. She just was talking about it,
Yeah.
and I think what she was doing, I think she posts stuff on Instagram. Basically, I think she's like one of these Instagram models,
Right.
Probably in bikinis and whatnot. And I think she was just taking the same pictures. That's not like full on, the same pictures, but putting them on there and selling them and making money.
Instead of posting on Instagram, though.
No, well, she was still posting on Instagram.
So you can get it for free on Instagram, or you can pay for it on OnlyFans.
I know. He was, and he brought that up. He's like, well, this just sounds like you're taking advantage of your audience. But he had talked about, considering OnlyFans, and he did this little case study and talked about it. And I didn't know all of that. I didn't know like, oh, I could start OnlyFans and just post whatever the heck I want. It doesn't have to be like, I just thought it was porn.
I wonder, like, do you think that was like their thought? Like when they started OnlyFans, you think they're like, we want to be like a platform where you can just have subscriptions, you can post whatever content you want.
I don't know.
And some girl was like, yes, I can be a stripper.
I'm getting naked.
And then it just became like
I don't know.
the naked Instagram.
It'd be interesting to find out because it is weird when you
We
think
should see
about
if they want to be on the podcast.
the creators
of
of
OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, because it is just it's another social media platform, but it's just like the.
I can just imagine it now. Matt's like, all right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to see any of my exclusive content, check out my OnlyFans.
Link in the description.
It's not what you think.
Yeah.
It's just me holding fish.
Yeah. And
covering up my private parts.
oh man,
That's funny.
All right, we got to stop talking about OnlyFans.
Uh,
We're giving them too much publicity here.
Yeah. But, well, how's your sciatica going? Matt's been struggling with some sciatica.
So, yeah, any doctors in the house, here's a medical issue I've got. List your diagnosis below.
Yes.
So, what happened, this has been going on. I hurt my back today. Today's the 14th, December 14th. And I hurt my back like around the 10th of November. And the only reason I know that is because I sent a text. The worst day of it was the day that I texted you and Jack Moran.
Yeah.
Y'all were going kayak
fishing.
fishing. And I woke up that morning and I was like, I can't get out of bed. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not going to make it. But what started it, and this is the second time I've done this to my back, is from pumping Ghost Strap.
Yeah.
Like that's
it really is brutal.
Throwing my back out. Because, I mean, you're trying to move quickly because you're trying to get the bait and go fish or whatever it is. So you're not trying to spend a whole lot of time. And it's kind of exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, you're slouched over and it's
very awkward.
It's basically like you're starting a lawnmower.
Yes, a bunch of times.
Over and over.
A lot of resistance, but it's a very awkward twist. You're hunched over, not in probably a position. Like if you were lifting, I'm sure the form is awful. You know what I mean? Like it's just not a position your body probably should be in. You're using your back a lot. It's not something that you can really use your legs. Like you're using your back to make that motion. So that's the second time that I've heard it. But in conjunction with that, I've of course, I'm working out. And so I didn't stop. I don't know if I should have. I don't know. I just kept working out because usually when my back's thrown out, if I move around and stuff, it kind of gets better.
Work it out a little bit.
But what's happened now is, and my assumption is that it's sciatica, just based on like what I've read online. Kind of sounds like it. Obviously, I haven't been to the doctor yet, which I may go soon if this doesn't actually resolve itself. Yeah, I forget those guys.
We got doctors on here.
That's right. They're going to let us know. So it moved to my hip. Like my hip started hurting, which it kind of still hurts now. But it was just my hip, so it was like my back. My back's fine now, but it moved to my hip, and then like under my butt and on my left side, my butt cheek, and then like underneath my leg. What's that called? Like your quads?
Yeah.
Is that what
I guess. Yeah.
What's in the front? What's the front? Is that quads?
I don't know.
What's the back? I don't know.
Hamstring.
Your hammies, the hammies. Yeah. So like it hurts where my hamstrings are or would be. So I think it's sciatica because I think that's what that does. I think you do something to your back, which it can be a couple different things, and then it moves down your leg.
I need to text my sister-in-law. She's a physical therapist.
Oh, yeah. You texted her about my shoulder.
Yeah.
What else happened with the shoulder issue?
See if she's got any like stretches you can do.
Anyway, but it's weird because...
Maybe I can rub one out for you.
Yeah, thank you, Brad. Courtney was trying, and it hurts, man, like getting a massage, and it doesn't really help with this.
Because I mean,
it's not. I don't think it's a muscle.
I was gonna say massages is really only muscle stuff.
And I'm thinking it's not a muscle. It could be. I don't know. But what helps, like if I sit, like I'm gonna have a hard time getting out of this chair, probably. But like once I start moving around, I'm fine. And that's why I've still been working out because honestly, like while I'm working out, it doesn't hurt. And usually, right after I work out, I feel normal. Like I can walk around.
Yeah.
But then after I stop moving and sit around, when I wake up in the morning, whatever. After I've been sitting, just not doing anything. That's when it hurts.
Comes back and gets you.
Yeah, when I got home from working out, I was feeling fine, but I'd been in the car for a minute. We'd done some things. I was sitting in the car, got home. As soon as I got out of the car, it started hurting. So like I just paced around my den. I didn't even sit down and eat
warm
breakfast.
It up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like just trying to get the blood flowing and all that. So anyway, that's my medical.
Yeah.
It's been a thorn in my side.
He's always got something going on.
I know. Well, that's why I started working out because
old age.
Because the doctor basically told me I'm getting old and weak.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, just part of it. But I've really enjoyed working out, and this is just really a thorn in my side because I feel great. Like I feel really good, and I feel really mobile, and I feel like I've advanced a lot, but I still feel hindered,
right?
Because my stupid leg. I'm just ready to be over it.
Just cut it off.
I got another one.
Yeah.
We got some comments. You want to take a pause here and read because we try to read these because we are very appreciative of you guys giving us 5 stars.
You go there. I'll see if I can find anything juicy on YouTube.
On the YouTube,
the tubular.
I don't know if we read this one, but I'm going to read it again because it's right before these. These guys are awesome. Been following Matthew and Brad for a long time. Digging the podcast. That's from My Fishing at 1960.
Nice.
Bam.
The first comment on YouTube is actually from my brother.
What?
How come y'all never read my 5-star review? 1 star. So somewhere on there's a comment. I don't know. His name's Adam Warren, but
oh yeah,
I don't remember ever seeing one from him. Adam?
Is his name on here? Adam Warren?
I don't know.
Adam G. No.
No.
I don't know because we've read all those.
Sorry, Adam. I thought we had him. I thought we got him on.
We might have missed it. Sorry. We try to read them all. Here's another one. Great podcast. First fishing trip to Florida. We sat for 3 days and caught nothing. This is from Farm Boy Fishing.
Farm Boy.
4 years later, I've got a YouTube degree in saltwater fishing from y'all. Glad you've been watching. Thanks. I'm no pro, but I can always find a fish or two still waiting for that jack from the surf. that definitely takes time. You have to just put in the time and hope for the best. I'm from Columbia, Tennessee, so it was cool to hear Brad's from the area. So were you close to Columbia?
Yeah, probably about 45 minutes. My brothers live in Spring Hill, which is like right next door.
I don't guess I know where that is.
Just south. Columbia is like an hour south of Nashville.
Oh, okay. All right. So you were close to that area.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then we got one more. King Stewie. That's cool. Been listening from the beginning. So we got an OG listener.
Stewie.
Yeah, you the man. We watch you guys on YouTube at home, but I listen on here when I'm at work or driving, which is what we wanted. We wanted another way to connect with you guys.
Oh, show.
While you're in the car, so you can listen to us talk about a bunch of BS. Love the content, even if it's not about fishing. Well, that's great, because most of what we talk about is not about fishing.
Just
I mean, it kind of happens because we, that is a big part of our life, but we don't talk about it all the time.
A little bit of everything.
Or catching. It's like hanging out with you and not having to pay $7,500 to do it. Remember? That's our price if you want to go fishing with all three of us. We haven't put that on the website, but that probably would be what we'd have to charge. We're in southern Indiana and moving to south of Tampa next spring, and looking forward to some real REEL fishing. Thanks for the info, Steve and Kelly. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
5 stars.
We appreciate that.
We've got 59, right? As
59.
As we're recording this, we have 59 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. So if you're listening and haven't done it yet, stop what you're doing.
Break over 60. Yep. Give us that 5 star. Leave a review, and we will read it. If you leave less than 5 stars, we will not.
Nope. Has anybody done that?
There was for
that 1 star disappeared.
There was one there for a few days. We went and somebody had given us 1 star. What's up with that? Come on. And it was there, but evidently they deleted it or something because it's gone now. Yeah, appreciate that.
People be crazy.
Maybe they didn't know. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they thought 1 star was really, really good and 5 stars was really, really bad. So maybe they got confused.
That's all right.
They had to fix it.
Probably like my grandpa or something. We got a few questions on YouTube. Somebody says, will you be carrying rod building supplies? There's only one that I know of in Orange Beach that you can go to locally.
So we will have the equipment because the tackle store that we have acquired did have stuff for real maintenance and rod repair and custom rods. So like whatever equipment that requires, which I don't know because I don't know crap about that stuff.
I don't know either.
Evidently we're getting it. We have tossed around the idea of utilizing it and having people that know how to do that stuff, not necessarily as employees, but if they have their own business, they could basically use our space as a way to help, drive in more people. So it's up in the air, maybe. That's an idea. We do have the stuff, evidently.
Somebody else says,
who asked that question?
Andrew Woost.
Oh,
it's like West with a U before an E.
Yeah, okay.
Jocko Enslin says, "Are you guys going to sell outside the borders?" Yes. I assume it means outside the United States.
Yeah.
Currently, the store we're acquiring already does.
Yeah.
So I assume we will continue to.
We do have an audience, obviously on YouTube and Facebook and everything. Like we've got an audience all over the world.
Absolutely.
We're global up in here. We just got to figure that out. Like there's a lot of logistics to that. I mean, evidently they had figured it out to some degree. But
I think ultimately, logistically, I don't think it's too crazy.
It's the money.
Money.
Like it costs a lot of money.
Shipping's a lot more, so you just got to make sure you figure that out. Because I actually had that issue when I was selling pompano rigs and fish gum on my website. I didn't have anything set up to like
I just yell
track if it was outside the states until I actually like got the order. This only happened one time, but so I got an order that was out of country. The way my shipping was calculated was just per item, then
so it was like a bunch of money in shipping.
Yeah, so like he ordered just a couple things, and it was like I don't know. The guy probably paid like $8 in shipping, but because I was shipping it to another country, my website didn't calculate that. It just charged the same shipping, and then I paid like $20.
So I didn't make any money. You lost money on the day.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't care. It's just one order.
Right.
As a tackle store, we need to make sure
we can't do that all the time. Yeah.
So
there's a way to do it. We are planning on that. Yes.
Yeah. Angela, these people with like not easy names. Where's like Ron Smith? Angelo Makowicz.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm not sure, man.
He says weekly fishing challenge with prizes, but he also says, did y'all drop Ron? We did not.
No,
we had Ron in the Clickbaiters video.
Yeah, Ron
just the other day we did a podcast and we did a video of stocking the tackle store pond.
We've kind of gotten to a point we kind of let each other know for the most part, but sometimes, man, we just go.
Yeah.
Like we just,
I mean, as busy as we all are, trying to get all four of us together at the same time to do something is extremely difficult.
Like, y'all filmed a Clickbaiters video without me, and y'all decided, like, because Brant decided that day, like, hey, today would be a good day to do this.
Yeah.
And I was already out of town. I'm like, just go for it. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, don't screw waiting around for everybody. That ain't ever going to happen.
Right.
So just, if y'all are around and can do it, just go.
Faux show. This is a good idea. The Savage says, need to put in a grilling area. Neat place to do a catch, clean, and cook. Live studio audience. Like, that'd be cool.
Like during the podcast, that would be kind of neat.
Like, we go fishing in the morning, catch some fish, come back, film a podcast, and then like cook it up and film that.
That's not a bad idea.
I like that.
I do like that idea.
I like that idea.
We could have the grill, since we're gonna have windows behind us. We could have the grill just back there. You'd have to just step out every so often and kind of check on whatever you're doing, or go grill it. And I could just take over. Brad could be grilling literally in the background of our podcast.
Yeah.
Serving people food.
I'm sure this would be a liability issue maybe, but it would be cool. Like people that are like in the area. I mean, I guess most condos have a grill somewhere, but like if you're just down here on vacation, you caught some fish, like you come cook up your lunch. We'll have a dang grill and some patio tables outside. We got plenty of room.
You know what just popped in my head with you saying that, and maybe we can figure this out. We need a cleaning station for people.
Yeah.
Just a table with water.
How are we going to dispose? Like, we can tell people they got to dispose their own, but that's not going to happen every time.
It's true.
We'd have to figure out something to do with all the carcasses.
Because, I mean, that is a concern for a lot of people.
Yeah.
When they come down here, they're like, where can
that question gets asked all the time.
Where can I clean my fish?
Groups.
Maybe we can figure something out. That'd be cool. Yeah, but you said that because I thought about, when you go to a campground, they have those grills, that are just like on a post that anybody can use just down in the middle of whatever. We even have one by our pool area in our neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
One of the just little public grills. And I was thinking, what if we put a couple of those out there? And
put the cleaning area at your neighborhood pool.
Yeah.
Just start the carcasses and beach pumps pool.
We wanted to add the tackle store.
No,
so people come to the tackle store. But like
that is a great idea. Yeah. We just got to figure out how to get rid of the carcasses.
I mean, if people would just do what they should,
take them with them.
If they would just listen,
but
that would be a cool idea.
I feel like that's probably people's main concern is what to do with the carcass. Because, I mean, you can clean the fish in your condo. Like, it's not your condo, right?
I mean, it's complicated. It's messy and stuff. I mean, if you just have a place to clean it, you throw your carcasses in a bag.
Let's just get a pet gator and put it in our pool, and then people just throw the carcasses in the pond. I said pool, but pond.
Yeah, that'd take care of it. I mean, although that's illegal. Can't feed gators.
There's a hotel behind the tackle store. You just
throw it in their dumpster. Yeah, I'd say throw it in our, but like if there were carcasses outside, it would just stink all the time at our tackle store.
Yeah, I don't know. That is a great idea. I don't know how we're gonna make that.
No, that's a good point, Brad. But maybe there's a solution there. Comment some ideas below.
Yeah.
Like how can we?
There's a so the place that Brian keeps his boat in Pensacola, they have a cleaning station at that marina, and they just have a deep freezer. So after you clean your fish, you put them in basically a milk crate, and then you put that in the freezer, and then I guess they dispose of it however they do that. But people just put the carcasses in the freezer so they're not rotting.
I mean,
that's complicated.
Yeah, that would, cause you don't know how many people are going to use it. I mean, filling up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taking care of that.
Just let them come to your house.
Yeah, just throw them over the back fence like I used to. I don't know if I've ever talked about that, but that's what I used to do when I was guiding. It was throwing the carcasses over the fence.
Yeah, and then his neighbors got mad at him.
My neighbors legitimately asked me, hey, can you please not do that? They were nice about it, but they were like, it smells awful. And it did. It got really smelly. Because if I just threw one fish or two fish, or just something real small, usually wasn't a big deal because raccoons or cats or whatever would get to it. But when I was guiding every day, and especially during pompano season, I mean, I'm dumping multiple pompano carcasses
10 fish a day.
every day. And it just piled up, and it got so smelly. It was bad. And it
Is that grass still way greener right there? 'Cause that's like excellent fertilizer.
I mean,
probably.
it's been so long since I've done that. But it was also in most of the time, like in late spring, early summer, that time frame. So it was like getting kind of hot, and so if the air was stagnant and hot, it just the whole neighborhood. Oh gosh, it was so bad. I just didn't know what else to do, man. I didn't know what to do with all these carcasses.
We ought to come up with a way to do something.
Getting sleepy?
Because I was just thinking.
Just thinking hard. I'm getting sleepy. I've yawned twice during this podcast. It's not because I don't think you're interesting or anything, Brad. It's just I'm having a hard time staying awake over here, man.
Yeah, had a tough workout this morning.
Yeah, it was. Actually, today was pretty easy.
Yeah?
I mean, I say easy. It's never really easy. It just wasn't like...
Not the toughest.
Yeah, it wasn't like a super duper intense workout.
That's good.
What
if we... So the pier has the grinder at their cleaning station?
But it smells bad.
Yeah.
You've smelled it, right? Yeah. When you're walking through the little breezeway area between the bathrooms. Yikes, man. It smells really bad.
Scratch that idea.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. Sorry.
If
y'all would take the carcasses with you, we'll set up a cleaning station.
If we could trust you. I just know there's so many people that would not. Yeah. They would just totally throw that crap on the ground and be like, yeah, we're done.
We could just dig a really deep hole and just throw them in there and bury them.
Anyway, you got any good solutions? Let us know. Comment below.
I'm thinking way too hard about this right now.
Send us an email. I just think it would be a good idea. I mean,
it really is a great idea.
A lot of people are concerned about that. It'd be a way to get people, just another way to get people to come to the store.
Yep.
They'd be smelling all nasty from cleaning fish. Come in.
Yeah, you got to clean the fish after you come shop.
Yeah. Shop first. Come buy a knife. Yeah. We'll have those in there. Come buy a knife. No, we got. Yeah, it may not work. But it's okay.
We'll figure something out.
But you want to wrap it up? You got anything else to say there,
I don't think so.
Mr. Brad? I'm gonna go take a nap.
We can save it for the next podcast.
I'm like sleepy as all. Wait, what? You got something?
No, not really. I was just gonna say my butt hurts.
We'll save that one. Thanks for listening. Give us 5 stars.
If you're interested in why my butt hurts, make sure you subscribe.
Oh, I'm filled with anticipation. I got to know why Brad's butt hurts.
Oh, man. It's not what you're thinking.
Do y'all want us to keep doing these voices?
Yeah. Y'all let us know. We have one person that's like, no, bro, get that crap out. Stop that. But like...
Every time I'm editing and I get to this part, I'm just laughing. I'm like, it's so stupid. Like, what are y'all doing? Just talking in these stupid voices. This sounds like that lady, that does the, I ain't doing it. Have you heard that? I don't think so. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Yeah, she's like famous. It's a filter. Yeah. And your face looks kind of weird and big eyes. And your voice sounds like this. And she'll be like, you won't believe this. So I feel like every time I talk like this, if we took our headphones off, we'd still be talking in a high voice. So try to talk in a deep voice. Okay. Hey, this is my deep voice. Ha, ha, ha. You better listen to what I say. Fish are not catching. You sounded legit. Podcast. You legit sounded like a 10-year-old boy. Hey, Mom. How did you do that? Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry.